How y'all doing? This is Rob Burnham, aka Preacher Man R&B, and this is JP Lyson. Ain't that how you say it? Lyson. I'll get it eventually. But and this is Beyond Calibur. We are doing a recap video of our first session that we had last Saturday. Also, we'll be having session 2, and not this coming up, not tomorrow, but next Saturday we'll be doing session 2. It might be video form. It might be
strictly audio
form again. We'll just see when we get there. But basically, we're just gonna give like a little recap of what happened and what we might think might happen in the future or whatever. So I'm gonna pass it over to old JP, and we'll get started.
All right, so this recap really isn't going to take long. It's just to catch you all up on everything that transpired within a summarized form. Basically, we started out the campaign with 2 of our unsung heroes in a sort of the finalized duel of this tournament that was happening within a coliseum. And the winner of said tournament was going to be chosen to take on a very valuable, a very experiencing quest, one that will help them grow and help them to become even more of a warrior, even more of a soldier's mind, so to speak. But little did they know that the gods took it upon themselves to choose both of said heroes to join this quest, because this quest was going to be difficult. And yes, you did hear me right, the gods. Talking about Zeus, Poseidon, even Hades was amongst the gods, because all of the gods had to band together to form this group that was going to take on this quest, because all of their artifacts, their prized possessions that give them their power, that give them their wisdom, their ability and knowledge, all of it was basically taken from them by some mysterious stranger, unknown as to who it is. It's still unknown, but our heroes are basically forming in line and all that.
We got a little special guest, Shadow. He tried to jump into frame.
Shadow's our brand new cat.
He's our mascot.
He's our mascot. There we go. So basically, with them, with our 2 unsung heroes coming up into Olympus to hear about said quest and what they were being, chosen for. At this point, they also are basically being introduced to other members that will make this party full as it is. So once all of them are united, basically they head outside of Olympus, where they encounter their first big foe, which unfortunately was not defeated, but came very close.
He ran away like a little girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
He did that.
But it was a Hydra. Our 3 unsung heroes within the first session came across a Hydra.
And almost killed him.
Almost killed him. Not before the Hydra almost killed one of the party members themselves as well. So just goes to show, even in session 1, just how quickly things can end if you're not careful and if you're not choosing the right steps in being able to continue your story. But after that battle was said and done with the Hydra, and the Hydra did flee, they ended up realizing that Hydra was called to Olympus, but not by Hades, but by using Hades' staff. This mysterious stranger, wherever they may be, wherever they are, did in fact call the Hydra to attack the gods and to attack these heroes. So they got to come together one more time and all that before basically leaving the night and then setting out the very next morning to begin their voyage to Erebus. And little do they know, they're not exactly traveling to Erebus just yet. They don't know that part as far as, these characters go, but they will find out soon enough. And basically what ended up happening is, after that conflict with the Hydra, they ended up coming together in the war room amongst the gods, and the gods introduced 2 final members to the party. And of course, that being Xeres. Hades' son, played by Dylan. And then the other one is actually a surprise twist that none of them saw coming. He's got some history with this character. This character is returning, though, and going to make a huge statement, I believe, and hopefully going to be able to repair said relationship. But the fifth one will actually be played and controlled by me, along with being able to do all the other, characters and NPCs that will come across throughout the campaign. But that final party member is Hercules, the one and only Hercules.
The one that trained my character, Nereus, from time Nereus was 5 years old till Hercules left when he was 12. He's been training Nereus to become what he's going to become.
And basically the session ended out with all of our party boarding their floating ship as they are getting ready to set out. The other gods, including Ares, setting them all supplies, armor, weaponry, potions they may need. As far
from Apollo.
Yep, from Apollo. Just basically setting them up to succeed. But we'll see exactly where things take a turn in session 2 when we get immediately started into confrontations again.
At the end of session 1, there's a teaser of a new creature flying in the distance as well. So let's see what. It had multiple heads too, so I don't know if it's the Hydra again or what's going on with that. He does, but I don't. He's the boss man, but we'll find out what happens with that.
Yep, so I'm super excited again. They surpassed any expectations that I may have had within session 1. But after session 1, of course, getting from like session 2 to practically the middle of the campaign is always where you want to set in stone just the pace that we are going to have throughout the entire rest of the campaign. So I'm looking forward to starting session 2 and immediately jumping into a whole lot more action-filled, storyline, as well as emotional storyline.
Sorry, my little buddy right here is nibbling on me. But basically, my thoughts on the first session, I loved it. I love setting up the backstory of Nereus because almost everybody like us as the players, we know what's going on with Nereus. The only one I really didn't know was Joe, but he pretty much figured it out after session 1 because I asked him afterwards and he's pretty much got it figured out. But I'm not going to spoil that yet for you. You'll find out during the campaign itself. But we just teased a lot of stuff with Nereus. If you pay attention to the campaign, you might be able to figure it out yourself. Actually, in the comments, if you watched the first campaign, what do y'all think's going on with Nereus? Yeah, I can't wait to delve into that and see what happens with that. But I like how it's going so far, and love to see what's going to take place during this.
Absolutely. Coming from a GM perspective on my behalf, the actors did fantastic. They did exactly what they were supposed to do with what they were given. I thought they did great. Y'all have to bear with me because this will be my first major time actually GMing, getting out there and controlling the narrative, controlling the storyline. I'm used to actually playing amongst other actors within campaigns, but this is the first time I'm really taking that step forward and moving towards trying something a little different, trying something new to me as far as leading it on. So y'all have to bear with me. I am giving as much thought as I can. But one of the other brilliant things about being a GM is that I love to hear y'all's comments as well. I love to hear what y'all like, what y'all don't like, what I can do to improve, what things that y'all like that y'all are definitely like, keep it. Do exactly that because that's what's going to draw in an audience more. That's what I want y'all to be able to do is be drawn in to our storyline, be drawn into this adventure almost as if you can place yourself in that adventure yourself. So I know that I'm not going to get it perfect, no GM ever does, but what I can say is that I will try and give everything that I can to give y'all the best performance, the best story that we can possibly come up with. And just remember that we just had session 1, we're about to get into session 2. This is our first campaign, but as of right now, this campaign will turn into a chronicle, multiple storylines, multiple campaigns. So.
And also, I've talked to him about it. I don't know if we're gonna do it yet or not, but I have an idea for a campaign that I want to run myself, and we might go back after this campaign. We might go to my campaign next, and then go back to his, and so on and so forth. So we'll just have to figure that out. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned for this channel.
Absolutely. All right. Any questions that you had for me in particular?
Not much. I'm just ready to get back up into it myself.
All right. Well, there it is, guys. That's the recap from session 1 of the Voyage to Erebus. I mean, you know, we're looking forward to finishing out this chapter of the Olympian Chronicles. Gonna be hitting y'all with some crazy things coming up the next few weeks and all that. If y'all haven't already, please be sure to watch the first session. Give us feedback. Let us know what you thought about it, what you liked, what you didn't like, what we could work on. Just let us know and all that. We strive to make the storylines as, you know, cohesive as possible. Not only for y'all to enjoy, but for y'all to feel like you're actually a part of it. So just holler at us, y'all.
Also, whenever we, I just thought of that. This would be a good idea for a video. But whenever we level up our characters, I'm thinking about maybe actually recording it, us like bits and pieces of us actually doing that process and leveling to level 2. So y'all be looking for that video as well. But that's all we got. As always, Rob Burnham, make here, Preacher Man RB signing out. Guys, DJs also. This is JP Lyson or Law. I'll get it right eventually. But this is Beyond Calibur. We'll see y'all next time.